What's up guys, I'm Sid Vicious and I have a video today for a currency strategy I like to use pretty much every league to get some consistent results, which are essence memories. Timestamps are below if you want to look at a certain sections. So let's get into the strategy. Memories are easy to set up since you don't have to worry about an atlas tree or scarabs affecting your strategy. It's simple as activating the memory on the atlas and simply running them. In my method, I have voidstones socketed to run them on red maps, specifically T16s. You can run these without any voidstones socketed, and you could choose to run them on yellow maps and above. Make sure you don't run them on white maps because you will get lower tier essences, therefore less loot. Now the main disclaimer for this video is since I'm running them on T16s, these are Essence Rogue Exiles and they are stronger and more difficult than most map bosses. You really need a high single target damage build to take them down. I'm using Ice Spear totems and I can pretty much melt them pretty fast, and even then I die quite a bit. Another thing to take into account is I have no movement speed on my boots. Actually, my movement speed's -3%. I'm just leap slamming around everywhere. If you have more move speed and have more time spent farming, it will factor into your currency total at the end if you can get things done a lot faster than I can. Let's talk about some key points while running this strategy. First, let's learn about Remnant of Corruption. Remnant of Corruption can have the following 4 outcomes. It can either have no change, an additional essence, it can change all the essence tiers to go up by 1. For example, Screaming could turn into Shrieking, Shrieking can turn into Deafening, and the final thing it can do is transform each essence. So that asks the question, when should you use Remnants of Corruption? The main focus being increasing the tier and transforming the essences. I always use a Remnant of Corruption regardless of how many essences are on there when I see the following essence: Misery, Envy, Dread, or Scorn. A popular acronym people use to remember is MEDS, but after some time you will get used to it. If I don't see those 4 essences, I will check to see if there are a lot of Shrieking essences. If so, then I'll corrupt them, hoping for them to turn into Deafening. Usually the idea is pretty much always use Remnants of Corruption on the last 3 maps since each essence monster is going to carry a lot of essences on them. The first 2 you want to be a little more conscious of and only do them if you see those 4 essences that are worth corrupting. Also, picking a starting point is important for your map. You can optimize this by running a graph node algorithm, giving weighting to each map on the atlas tree, and then you can come to your perfect map, or you can simply YOLO and find one you personally like. I personally picked Haunted Mansion because I thought the maps next to it were fairly straightforward to navigate or seem pretty small. A lot of people like doing Strand because you can get Atoll and Promenade if it paths towards that direction, but sometimes the RNG can lead you towards Cells and Coliseum, and those maps are not fun. The other thing is I wanted to stick to T16s, and I don't have 4 Voidstones yet. I just haven't got around to it. Also, to make some extra currency, what you can do is buy Harvest Blue Life Force and use the Harvest Craft to turn cheap Deafening essences to the more expensive ones. For simplicity's sake, you can take a full stack of Deafening essences that are worth 2 chaos and use Harvest Craft to reroll to the ones that cost 3 chaos or more. Each attempt requires 270 blue life force, which is about 4 chaos. Make sure to check the prices before doing this particular step, as it can vary depending on the market. Let's talk about the initial investments that went into this strategy. So when I bought these memories, they were roughly around 150 to 160 chaos. So I'm gonna just take the higher end, and I did about 8 of them. So that's 160 times 8, which is 12 80C. Then I also bought Remnants of Corruption, which were 3 chaos in bulk, and I bought about 101, so that's 303 chaos. And then I also spent about 90 chaos on blue harvest. So the total spent was around 1,671 chaos, which is roughly 11 divines. And as for the result, I sold all of this for 20 divine and 30C, which was at a 90% multiplier. If you wanted to wait, you could sell at 95% or even 100% based on how the market is, and you will get an extra divine or 2, especially if you have higher bulk amounts like I did here. Also, since gold is a factor this league, I made roughly 90k gold in 3 hours, which is relatively nothing. As for the results, it's really weird on YouTube how people calculate divine per hour. I spent 3 hours to complete 8 memories, so it would be around 7 divines an hour. But I also spent 11 divines just for the investment. So the profit is really 9 div, which technically would make this 3 divines per hour. That's why I don't put the exact divines per hour in my title, because I don't know what or why people don't use profit per hour without calculating initial investments. Also, if you want to calculate all the results and you want to watch everything fully uncut, you can see the live stream link below where you can see myself buying all the memories, Remnants of Corruption, and the harvest juice, and you can see how long I even waited to sell my entire essence tab in bulk. Everything is timestamped below in the live stream so you can see for yourself how the actual profits are calculated. When it comes to selling, you can just use the PoE ninja prices to check your essences and list them in your tab for sale. You can also use the new currency exchange, and I would recommend selling them in divine so that you save on gold. It's not the prettiest way to sell, but it can be done. The method I was using was TFT and bulk selling my entire tab. I would use their new website PoE Hub, log into my account, then I can read all my stash tabs, and it will generate a message and post directly to the Discord where people will buy the tabs from you. And you could also use this Discord to price check what people are selling their essences for as well. Another thing you can do is use another tool like Wealthy Exile. It's getting more popular and it doesn't hurt to make multiple listings of what you want to sell. Get your money how you want to get your money. One thing that I forgot to mention is when you are selling all your essences, make sure you're only selling Shrieking and Deafening and no Remnants of Corruption. People are only going to be looking for Shrieking and Deafening, so make sure you only sell those. That's pretty much it for the video. Let me know what you think of this strategy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. I will be working on some beginner strategies next so I can help out new players. Also, for those that made it to the end of the video, you guys should check out your emails to see if you got a PoE 2 survey from GGG for your beta access. It looks like GGG is trying to filter out who the real fans of PoE 2 are, since they probably got a lot of signups. Anyways, I'm Sid Vicious, and I will see you later.